I finally listened to Phil's take on things regarding food banks within his local community, and there's plenty to unpack from it. Let's do this chronologically. There's an excerpt from Phil who ironically says beggars can't be choosers. That's coming from one of the biggest beggars to ever grace the internet, who cannot go a single day without reminding his audience that he'd really love it if he could be given hundreds of dollars, who cried about the possibility of having to eat lunch meat sandwiches during his day off, who often encourages specific types of contributions because there's been lately, you know, who's had several fundraising streams through the years due to neglecting to pay the normal adult things that most people are responsible for paying for themselves. This guy is fucking ironically saying beggars can't be fucking choosers, looking past the sheer hypocrisy of Phil saying those very fucking words. Let's remind ourselves precisely of what led Phil to utter those words in the first place.
Yeah, and so when we think about holiday staples, not everybody needs and wants mashed potatoes and turkey. Although we know a lot of families prepare and share meals together, that's part of their holiday tradition. So in order to speak to all communities, we really want you to think about reaching out to the food bank. They are listening to the suggestions and the needs in their community and are able to guide you on what to donate. So check out their social media feed or their websites, or even call them directly to learn that information. Okay.
So you're at the grocery store, you're getting the bag to fill with food. You go down the aisle, well, what am I gonna get for Thanksgiving? Sweet potatoes, put that in the bag. Mashed potatoes, put that in the bag. A turkey, put that in the bag, right? All the things your family wants, whatever kind of veggies, put them all in the bag. And you go and you check out, thanks, but this isn't what we wanted. What do you mean? Oh, well, aren't you aware? You live in a culturally diverse area. Not everyone just eats American Thanksgiving dinner here. So we don't want this. What do you mean? I thought this is the Thanksgiving food drive. That's the point. It's Thanksgiving. Everyone's gonna have a Thanksgiving meal. That's what I'm buying the food for. Oh, no, that's not good enough. You gotta go to the website of the food bank, your local food bank, and you gotta contact them directly on the phone and ask them what they want, and then go buy the specific things they want to donate. There's a saying. Okay, the saying is, beggars can't be choosers. But apparently in the modern era, the modern day, 2024, actually, beggars can be choosers. They're outright telling you, no, don't just donate whatever to do the good thing or the right thing or to give someone food. You have to give them specifically what they want to eat as well. Because if they're starving and they're coming here to a food bank or they're going to a soup kitchen, they don't want to just eat the swill you bought for them. They want healthy food. They want culturally diverse food, the stuff that they're used to eating where they come from. Wait, what? I thought we live in America. I thought everyone's going to eat Thanksgiving dinner. No? I guess not. So what they're saying in this story is, even though you're participating in the Thanksgiving food drive, you're actually not. What you're doing is you're just giving food to the food bank. And they can tell you whatever they want, and you better give them what they want, because if you don't, you are basically being incredibly insensitive. How dare you even think of donating food if it's not going to be appropriate to what the people in these communities who aren't going to eat Thanksgiving dinner want for food? What? Huh? This just blows my mind. So it's not even go to the store and donate, and that's the ask. Now it's go to the store. Don't go to the store yet. Go on the internet, get the phone number of your local food bank, call the food bank, say, what food do you...
So I'm going to stop it right there, and I've stopped this kind of bizarrely where Phil began his clip on a YouTube side. When Phil begins his YouTube rant, it's essentially mid-rant, you know? But yeah, it's just bizarre for some fucking reason. So, this is what he felt safe to encode on the YouTube side of things, okay? So, you know, the YouTube side audience won't even understand why Phil's ranting like this in the first place, you know? They just fucking pick up mid-fucking rant. And I've got one fucking mute because definitely we should fucking just keep him on fucking mute. The YouTube video, also, you know, it can kind of conveniently omits the whole beggars can't be choosers part, which raised a fair few eyebrows in his bot-infested stream in the first place. The video's essentially Phil playing the rest of the news clip, which is just a phone number provided for the audience from the news fucking clip he's watching, and then Phil showing off the Feed in America website to help search your local food banks or whatever. And him suggesting to donate directly to them instead of giving directly to the organisation as a whole or to the American Heart Association themselves. And the clip ironically ends with Phil Burnell showing him donating over $100 to his local food bank, encouraging others to do similarly. And, well, it's an admirable message from Phil to convey this. Because it's DSP, it's massively fucking hypocritical too. And, so you may be wondering why is it hypocritical, okay? For Phil to fucking like say, look at me, I'm being charitable. In fact, I'll unmute it just so you can see Phil being all very proud of himself here.
To help your local to help your fellow man, to help your local person, do it. Now, I'm not just saying this because, oh, this is what you should do. This is what you actually should do, okay? And just to show you that I put my money where my mouth is.
Not your money, really. It's your fucking audience's money, but whatever.
I already made a donation tonight before I even streamed to show you that everyone should be doing this and follow suit.
And Phil bizarrely ends kind of the clip quite short here. He's clearly got more to say.
Okay? Fair enough?
Like,
Everyone should be doing...
You can see he's about to keep talking more, but it cuts off right there. For some fucking bizarre reason, whatever. But before we even get into that, this is massively hypocritical from Phil anyway, because declaring your charity antics as a part of your content was something which technically Phil said was not possible for him to do because of his faith. Phil claimed in November of 2023, less than a year ago, actually it's almost precisely a year ago, look at that, November 20th, and I'm recording this on November 19th of 2024. So he said that anyone who does something for charity should not benefit positively from it at all, because he was raised a Roman Catholic. He was taught that charity should be a sacrifice. You're not supposed to benefit positively in any way doing charity. But don't take my word for it. Here's what Phil said on the 20th of November 2023, less than a year ago.
You say, why don't you just do charity? Well, first of all, I don't even like how this guy suggested it, because you heard what he said. Oh, if you do charity, it's going to make you look good. It's going to bring more positivity. More people will see you in a positive light. That's not why you do charity. All right, I've told you, I was raised Roman Catholic. All right, Roman Catholicism teaches that charity is something that you do as a sacrifice. All right, it means that instead of doing something that benefits you, you actively seek to give your time, your money, your belongings, whatever it may be, you sacrifice something to help others. It's supposed to be you're taking away from something that you could better be doing that would help you, but you give it to others instead. It's self-sacrifice. Since it's a self-sacrifice, it means that it's not supposed to benefit you in any way, shape, or form at all. All right? So the moment that I would say we're doing charity, right, here on the stream, that's something that benefits me. Why? Because people might say, oh, good guy Phil, he's going to do this. He's going to actually do the right thing, and he's going to raise funds for so-and-so and so-and-so. But then people start, oh, well, well, that's good of him. And that benefits me. It does. So immediately, that's not charity. Immediately, you could say that's philanthropy. That's different. That's a different term. You might argue that's philanthropy, but that's not charity. You see? So, I hate to say it, anyone who does these kind of streams is not doing charity. They're doing philanthropy, which is fine. You want to call it that, that's fine. But they're lying. Anyone who says, oh, it's a charity stream, it's not a charity stream. You don't know what charity means. You're miscategorizing the word for personal benefit. You're not giving, you're not sacrificing of yourself. You're asking funds from your viewers to go towards a good cause. Yes, you're giving up your time on a stream or whatever to raise those funds, but you are benefiting directly from it. It makes you look good. It boosts your image. It gives you positivity. It makes people like you more. That's not charity. Okay? So,
So yeah, as a content creator, this would include discussing how charitable you are in your content, naturally. So one has to wonder, what changed in 1 year for Phil Burnell to ignore how he was raised, to ignore his moral compass, to ignore his faith, to ignore his own belief system, to suddenly decide that it is now acceptable for him to gain positive exposure by revealing he donated to charity? By Phil's own logic, Phil was not being charitable, and if he declares that he was, then his own logic can be used against him to debunk current day Phil. I've always said that the past Phil is current Phil's own worst enemy. The whole put my money where my mouth is bit as well is more like you fucking put your damn gout-ridden foot in your mouth, because Phil logic has declared you not to be charitable. You might be a bit confused by the clip, as I said, seemed to end a little abruptly, from here, the charity thing, and there's a reason for that, okay? Thanks to the Raw Stream Archive, big ups to Raw Phil, by the way, and in case I didn't say it before, Raw Phil coming in clutch with the Odyssey fucking re-uploaded the streams, whatever, to archive these things, we can actually see why Phil decided that it wouldn't be a good idea to just show what happened next. And if we skip ahead a little bit, obviously, you'll see exactly what I mean. So we go about to here, I think it's around about here. Yeah, this is where Phil's saying, yeah, I gave money to charity, look at me, I'm such a good boy. But it cuts off round about this kind of section here, and you'll see why.
Before I even stream, to show you that everyone should be doing this and follow suit. Okay? Fair enough? I think that everyone should do something for the holiday season to help others, and if it's not good enough to go to the grocery store and donate the food, then do it through there. Don't let these people, the American Heart Association of Washington, or Georgia, or New York, or wherever the fuck they are, don't let them harass you into thinking that your charity is bad. Oh, you didn't do the extra work to figure out what people should be eating, or what's culturally diverse enough for your area. Fuck you. Charity is charity. If people want to give, they give. Be happy that they want to give. Instead of being demanding and picky and assholes about it, you take the donations. Cut the shit. All right? So go to Feeding America, find your local food bank, and either do a donation or donate some of your time, if at all you can. And if you can't, that's perfectly fine. But we're Americans here, or at least a lot of us are that watch my content. And if you can, you should. Fair enough? All right, folks. Well, that is what I have for you for my very first edition of DS Politics.
And what a fucking shit show it was. This whole entire rant just rubbed me the wrong way. And to me it's clear Phil Burnell has never actually required a food bank in his entire life. He's lived a spoiled and sheltered life. And this rant's purpose was to pretend to be outraged because different people have different health and diet requirements based on their own beliefs and faiths. Phil can't accept that in modern America, his modern America, he's likely hoping that this rhetoric of his will attract a certain type of audience to future political streams to protect Americans from having to donate garbanzo beans for future generations to fucking come. It affects Phil in no way whatsoever, and yet he's pretending to be incredibly offended and upset by the request of being thoughtful of others when people consider what food they're donating. Several years ago, okay, this is me getting fucking personal now, but several years ago, when I was still living at home with my mum, I was unemployed and I was on benefits. And due to what I still maintain was an administration error from the job centre. The job centre is where you go like every week or every other week to show how active you're job hunting, and also, you know, you do that to fucking keep getting your benefits. But for whatever reason anyway, I found my benefit payments being frozen. And suddenly I had absolutely nothing to a name. Weeks before Christmas. Some of my benefit money would usually go to my mother to assist with things like, you know, shopping or whatever, and simply put, we were left extremely short leading up to fucking Christmas. So for the very first time in my life, we had to go to a food bank. We had no choice but to go to a food bank. And it was being held, our local one was like a local chapel, and if anyone's wondering what the experience is like, it's not like a fucking typical shopping trip or whatever. It is not plentiful choice. You go in there, you fucking put your name down, you know what I mean, just so I know who's fucking been, and they offer you just a bag of groceries for essentials, you know. If you take what you fucking are given, you know, it's not as if, oh, I don't want this, can I have that, and see that. It's not like that usually, you know. You kind of just basically have to take what you're given. At least that was my experience anyway, years and years and years ago. So if you don't fucking want it, someone else will gladly fucking take it instead. Simple as that. You got to swallow your pride and you got to accept you need this. But of course you feel fucking shame. For me anyway, I felt like I shouldn't have been in that position. And not only that, I'm feeling guilt as well because I'm potentially denying someone else the food they may need more than me. It's one of those things where it's like you feel shame, you feel guilt, and it's like it's more difficult as well because it's so fucking close to Christmas, you know. But it was hard to endure for me anyway, and I can only imagine my mother as well probably felt fucking similar, you know. I never want to experience that sort of fucking thing again in my life. But the sad reality is that there are going to be thousands, tens of thousands, probably hundreds of fucking thousands of people around the fucking world who will need this vital service. This is a service usually run by fucking volunteers who are too kind to be fucking associated with people like you or me, and certainly fucking way more kind than DSP. Whatever the circumstances are, the food banks are there for those that need it most. I'm just going to end this fucking video by kind of echoing Phil's sentiments. Look, if you're in a position at all to do anything to fucking help out locally, please by all means do it. Especially at this time of year, it is vital. But you help out however you wish to. Don't let fucking Phil try and tell you otherwise. Whether you give time or money or aid, or you just fucking talk to someone. You know, if you can't do it now, maybe do it in the future, maybe if you can. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, you know, especially at this time of year. I just remember what I went through when I was younger in that situation, and the fucking, it's something that will always stick with me, that kind of sensation of the shame and the guilt and everything else. And it's like, yeah, I would not wish that on anyone, but the sad reality of the situation is there are people out there where this is a necessity, and a common necessity as well. If you're able to help it at all, by all means go for it. And if you can't do it now, if you can in future, then don't forget. But yeah, even talking to people can be so important, so they're just someone to hear them, you know what I mean? But anyway, I want to avoid like I'm fucking preaching or whatever. The fact of the matter is, this was a fucking horrible fucking rant from Phil. Doesn't affect him whatsoever. He doesn't really care. We can tell he doesn't care. This doesn't affect him in any way whatsoever. But he wants to fucking pretend to be offended to attract a certain clientele of audience for future political streams. Whether that'll work out for Phil or not, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I just thought I'd get that up my chest, whatever. Terrible fucking politics stream from Phil. But that last topic with the food bank, just really fucking rubbing it a goddamn wrong way. But yeah, I'll end it the other guys, but thanks for listening to my random fucking ranting. This has been King Jad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.